Today let's talk about Leetcode weekly 424, question 4. First part is description. We are given an array. Some of the elements in the array are missing. -1 will be the missing index, missing elements. What we need to do is choose two numbers x and y and fill with x or y for every missing value. The target of the problem is make max difference between any adjacent elements as small as possible. That means we need to return the minimum max difference between any adjacent elements. This is the description of the problem. Next part, let's talk about solution. In a very direct way, this problem can be solved in the binary search. We need to solve the main part will be how to write the check function or the OK function. That means provide a specific diff value. We need to decide if it is possible to meet the diff value, if the diff value can meet the requirement. If it can, we will know the answer should be the right half intervals. But for this problem, if the current diff value is, we have L and R, we can make the mid equal L plus R divided by 2. If the mid can meet the requirement, we will know the correct answer should be the left half interval. In contrast, the answer should be the right half interval. This is how to use the binary search algorithm. In addition, the main part for this problem should be how to write the check function for a specific diff value. We will know if the array be the form of x minus 1 y, we need to fill this minus 1 between x and y into another value. We can make it v value. So in order to make the difference as small as possible, the most suitable v should be v equal x plus y divided by 2. This can make the differences as simple as possible. For a specific diff, we will know the interval, the value range that we can fill with should be the left end of the interval we can fill with should be y minus diff. This is the least value we can fill with, because if we fill a value which is less than y minus diff, so the diff between v and y will be larger than diff that cannot meet the requirements of diff. So the left end of the value should be y minus diff, and the right end of the interval should be x plus diff. Okay, this is the interval that we can fill with between x and y if there is only y minus 1 between x and y. This is first situation we will met in this array. Next, we will know if there are several -1 between x and y. That means x minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, y. We can fill with many number between x and y in order to make the differences as small as possible. In this situation, we can only fill with one or two different number actually, because we only can choose two number to fill with the missing value. So we cannot use three numbers. So the most amount of number we can fill with should be 2. If we fill with two number, that means x. If we fill with a and b, y, in order to make the differences as small as possible for every atom, we can make it first element and the second element we filled with. So we can find out the correct or suitable interval for first element and second element. For the first element, we will know the interval. The interval should be the left end of it should be first should be larger than y minus diff multiply 2. That means, for example, if this is x, this is y. If this is diff, this is diff. So this value should be y minus diff multiply 2. If we choose the value in this interval, we will find out it between the current value we choose and y, the interval is larger than diff multiply 2. Even we insert another value between current value and y, the diff definitely will be larger than diff value. So we will know for the first element, that means for the a, the left end of the interval must be y minus diff multiply 2. In addition, the right interval should be right end of the first element should be x plus diff, because if it is larger than x plus diff, the differences between x and the current value will be larger than diff, so it cannot meet the requirement. This is the range value for the first element. In addition, for the second version, the left end should be y minus diff. It's the same situation, it's the same theory. For the right end of the second element, it should be x plus diff multiply 2. This is how we design. This is the suitable interval for first element and second element that we should insert between x and y when there are several minus 1 between x and y. In addition, we also need to check if the first element and the second element are located on different element. That means there are two elements. We should prove the differences between first and second should be smaller than diff. That means we need to check x minus diff this will be y minus diff minus the left end of the second minus right end of the first element should be less than diff. In contrast, this diff value cannot meet the requirement. Okay, this is the second situation. For the third situation, if the first element is minus 1, like this is the first element, the second element, and 2, 8, 5. How to process these two values? What value we should insert for minus 1? In this situation, the range value for minus 1 should be the next value, that means minus 2 minus diff and 2 plus diff. This is how to process if the first element is minus 1. Similarly, if the last element be minus 1, we also know the data range should be 8 minus diff and 8 plus diff. This is similar with first situation. In the third situation, we always can find the suitable data range. I mean, left and right. For the third situation, we can get a suitable left and right, which is a suitable range that we want to choose a valid number which can meet the requirement. That means that can meet the requirements of diff value, the current diff value. For the second, we can find out two interval. Yeah. For the first, we also can find an interval. This is the interval we need to choose value. Okay? So next step, we need to merge this interval. So first thing is we need to sort it, because this can help us to get two valuable range. So first thing, we need to sort it by left end. Next thing, we need to update. There are two elements we need to return, answer 1 and answer 2. It have a left and right. We can update answer 1 and answer 2. If the current value if there is union range between current LR and current suitable range, we can merge them. In contrast, we can try to merge LR of answer 2 with correct range. So, if we can get a valid L and R for answer 1 and answer 2, that means this is two index, X and Y, in the description of the problem. This X and Y, that means this is the number of X, number of Y. If we can choose a valid means R is larger than L. If we can choose valid L and Y, we will know this is the current diff value can meet the requirement. Okay. This is the solution of this problem. If you have any specific confusion, welcome to submit a comment. Okay, next part, let's also talk about complexity. For this part, first part is time complexity. We will know. First thing is we use binary search to search the answer. We need log 1 billion plus. For every answer, we need ON time complexity. So multiply N. This is the time complexity. For space complexity, we don't need extra space, special data algorithm. So the space complexity will be ON. Okay. There are some details about the answer. That means we need to check out when the for the situation 2. For the situation 2, that means if there are several -1 between x and y, we need to insert 2 different values for x and y. But sometimes we only need to insert 1 value between x and y. That can be the requirement. But if we must insert 2 different elements between x and y, if we met this situation, finally, when we get the answer x and answer 2, we must check if the r, I mean the right interval of answer 1, and left end of the answer 2, the difference between them should be less than diff. That can help us to meet the requirement. Because we must ensure the difference between A and B should be less than specific difference. Okay, this is the detail we need to check out. Yeah. More if you want to more details about this problem and solution, welcome to look at my code. Yeah, if you have any confusion, welcome to submit a comment. Thanks for your watching.